It's how you really coalesce everything.
Yeah. Well, it gets a little giggle out of you, so I like to keep doing it.
Well, you do it at the most ridiculous things. You're like, well, we just need to, and it's over something silly and innocuous. You're like,
It works, though. It works. It's just a way of saying, we're going to bring it all together. We're bringing it all together.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
You and me, baby, we can be set free. Can you dig it?
I dig it.
Yeah. We're in peak summer vibes. It's pretty undeniable.
It's hot.
Yeah. It's why we haven't had as frequent of transmissions. We've been too busy just going loco.
Spreading sparkles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Sparkle Factory. It's definitely...
It's revving its engines.
It really is. The Sparkle Factory is working. You know, it's setting off wildfires of excitement left and right. Yeah, I don't know. What are you thinking about, my baby? What?
Huh? What are we doing again? What's a podcast again?
Yeah, we haven't done this in a while, you and
Especially you and me.
Yeah.
I love how there's always, if people who've been listening to this for a while know that there's like third entities that come through and they carry the weight for a second, and I just am like, cool. Michelangelo's in charge now. I'm gonna just chill it out.
Definitely. Well, it's like it's a muse.
Yeah.
And we are always calling on muses. We pray for them. You know, something or someone that just captures our attention.
Makes us go.
It makes us just want to go. Well, it just like it gives me a reason to kind of like engage the Sparkle Factory. You know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and in the past, like when it's some babe, that's great, that's amazing, but it gets very complicated. It can get very complicated, but just something where you're like, okay, I want to be my best.
Mm-hmm.
I want to figure out how to make amazing moments, make more friends, make more money, make more art, you know, all these things.
Spread the love.
Spread the love. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, there's a lot of people that have occupied that space in our life, and we call for it. And Michelangelo's helped us tremendously.
It's been a really beautiful relationship. I'm very grateful for him. He's a very positive person, and it's really nice when we get a little blessing of some work and to be able to share it and bring him in on it. And I think we're trying to we have some exciting stuff that's getting dropped soon.
Yeah.
We try to reinvest and move in art and...
Come hang out on our Patreon and you'll know what we're talking about. Patreon.com/churchofchill. It's only $2 a month right now. Like, it's crazy. Come on, how are you not part of this thing? Like, come hang out on our Discord. And, there's lots going on there, including my music mixes. So look at me getting that in there at the top of the episode instead of the end.
Nice work.
Yeah, you know another thing we should mention? Our movie, Wild Magic.
It's very sparkly.
It is a Sparkle Factory.
It is a Sparkle Factory.
So if you haven't seen it yet, you should really check it out, wildmagic.tv. And if you have seen it, you should really try to tell someone about it, because you got to support art and artists if you want this world to be a more beautiful place. That's what I think. It's a good investment.
Well, we've had the most potent reminders, you know. This painting behind us, remember? Michelangelo's coming up to hang out, and you're like, Cass, we should buy a Michelangelo painting.
Yeah. Well, I just, we don't have a lot of money. We need money, you know, as artists. We function as, like, one thing in the world, so it's a little cheaper than two things, you know? Like, we try to just be like, okay, we're one thing. So we really only need, like, the salary of one person to get by. But we like to have extra money, and we want to be, when we do, we just invest it right back into the angelic economic system. And so, yeah, I felt a calling in my, right here, what is this?
I think your solar plexus.
My solar plexus. I felt a feeling, and it's good to just speak words when you have those feelings. And I said, buy a painting from Michelangelo. I want one of those things. They bring me great joy. And I want to support my dear brother in everything he's doing. So you hit him with the like, hey, we got you. We want to buy a painting. And at that very moment, he said, he was like just walking around his neighborhood, hearing that same old song in his head of the doubt that can come in. Yeah, we've all heard that song a million times, where you're questioning what you're doing and why you're doing it and how you're going to keep it going. And right at that moment, we hit him with $1,000 and said, we'll take one of your paintings. And he was like, hell yeah, this really tremendously helps me. And then what happened?
Well, it is like the way the magic of it all works is even funnier in a way if I can like bring it back and say some of the details.
Bring it back.
I was like, we want to buy a painting. He's like, I'm like, we have like, he's like, how much? Because he has so many paintings. And I was like, $500.
$500.
And he's like, he showed me some paintings. And then he's like, these are a little bit more, but I'd give them to you for $500. And I was like, we wanted the little bit more one. And I was like, look, I'm depleting our Venmo. Like, Venmo is our like,
It's our sparkle.
It's our
sparkle funds.
It's our sparkle funds.
It's the way we're able to be generous with people, and people are generous with us on there. You know, so it just feels like side money, just like not part of our regular life.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, I only have that in the Venmo right now, so I'll get you the other half later. Because I'm like, if this is what you say this painting's worth, I agree. It's worth that. I'll get it to you.
It's worth more than that.
I was just like, we just need to replenish our Venmo.
Look, we'll get you this 500, and we owe you another 500.
Yeah.
Because this is a very valuable painting.
Yes.
And it's more valuable than what you're even giving it to us for.
And he comes up and he does a podcast with us, and we finish the podcast, the last one, and I'm like, guys, a very generous person in our community just hit us with like
$3,333 into the Venmo.
Yes. Thank you.
Shout
you know
out.
who you are. I don't know if you want me shouting your name, but we really, really appreciate you.
Oh my God! Like what that does for our life and for Michelangelo's life, and you know, it is incredible, and it was just so incredibly generous. And that was a person that said that they felt that same feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
well, they've been very generous with us in the past, and they said they've been very smart with the crypto world and had these like blessings come through their world. And this is what they did ask me to shout out, though, is that they did some acid from supposedly like the OG acid from Bear's supply. Owsley. And he was like, I had quite the trip, and I just thought of you guys and that I wanted to send some funds and support. And I was like, dude, the timing of this is insane. We literally we never depleted all the way. We just like wiped our sparkle funds out.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah, we weren't being careful, but it just felt like an important thing to do. It was just like, I don't care. I need this painting, and I need Michelangelo to have some funds so he can chill with us. And like, it just needs to all like this needs to happen, and to be rewarded. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like hours later, like we finished a podcast and you were like, you wouldn't believe what we just got. So, yeah, we're probably not doing the best job of articulating how crazy and magical that is, but it makes complete sense.
I think a lot of people have had this experience, though, when you like when you start to feel tight and you loosen up, and then it comes back to you and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
There's a story of, we had a party here a few years ago.
A wild one.
You
know, it gets crazy.
And way after the party, our friend was like, you know, I was down to my like last $200 at that party. And I had this realization because we took MDMA and we just like had a high time.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, at the party, I had this like aha, like I'm going to give the last of my money away. I'm not prescribing anything for anyone. I'm just telling stories, antidotes.
Oh yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna give my last couple hundred away, and right after that, like, a windfall of like a job, an opportunity, a lover, like a lot of beautiful stuff came into her world. And she's a magician, and I'm sure a lot of other little magics she did, but she said that was like one of those moments.
Yeah, something about that, like just going all in. You know, if we're in the casino of life and you're just like, here's all my chips, here you go, I'm going all in, and I'm betting on this thing that is really hard to describe, but it's magic. You know, I'm betting on magic, and I'm having faith in myself. Here you go. When it pays off, it's like, whoa.
Well, it's such a potent reminder.
Yeah.
Because the temptation is to get tighter, you know, and
when we've been tight with money, money's been tight with us.
And it's very exciting because now we've like, oh, hey, can you design this thing for us? And like, we're just trying. And I have so many ideas of other people I want to work with and ways that I, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like one step at a time.
Oh, yeah. No, that person sent us all that money, 3333, and immediately it was like, cool, Church of Chill is getting a couple new shirts. You know, we're commissioning these couple designers to work on something. We have another person working on another art project. We just started immediately, like, just planting seeds, and just like, we'll see how all that stuff pays off. But like, it just allows for more artists to make some more cool stuff. And, man,
get to see the beautiful stuff you want to see in the world.
yeah, totally, and compensate people for it.
Yeah.
You know, we've always been big on that, because we want to be compensated well for what we do, and we've done our best to do it for other artists and craftspeople. So yeah, just a little anecdote from our life, but I think that there's something to all this. You know, look, I don't know what the prescription is. Like, you know, all I'm saying is, when we mess around in these realms and we have faith in these things.
Well, maybe not to bring it back to Jesus, or I don't even know if this is what Jesus said.
Just bring it back to Jesus. Come on.
But to bring it back to Wild Magic, our Sparkle Factory of a movie that's available now at wildmagic.tv.
Trying to pay back our investors $60,000.
There's a man in there who preaches on the streets, and he goes, you can't receive a blessing with a closed fist. You know, and that one sticks with me, you know.
Yeah. What does it mean to you? Exactly what we just described.
Yeah, exactly what we just described, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's out there. He's just like really just having faith.
Well, and I think when you're in such, when you're really at the edge of precarity and desperation and not living on the streets and like looking for your next meal, those like, I don't know if I want to call it like a karmic cycle or something, but it just like those lessons just are like so fast. It's like, oh, I shared my half a sandwich, and then all of a sudden someone brought me another sandwich, or I don't know, you know, just.
Well, someone else in the movie talks about homelessness, and that when he fell into that situation in his life, he realized how generous, like it's a community, and how generous they are with each other. And that, like, he goes on to describe like that they're way more generous than a rich person, because a rich person has something to lose, or they feel like they have something to lose, so they're tight with things. And yeah, you can feel that. You see who we gravitate towards.
Well, I feel like the source of a lot of suffering in this world is like, the root of it is like this insatiable greed.
Yeah.
You know, of not having enough and needing more and needing to dominate. And I feel like what the Sparkle Factory is about just being like, dude, we have it all right here.
Yeah.
It's all we need is right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we and it allows, if you have, because it kind of the Sparkle Factory puts a lens on things that you're like, oh, this moment can be sacred, this moment can be special, this moment can be alive and exciting and fun, you know, and doing the work to like be here.
Yeah.
And if you're here, you don't need to like be so tight and dominate things and hurt people. I don't know. It just feels like a love factory.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like, people have gotten very good at that. And it's just like it's tending to their anxieties and their scarcity mindset. And people have gotten so good at it that we have billionaires. We have trillion. I think there's like some people that I don't even want to mention their names are edging on being a trillionaire.
Well, yeah, and instead of being like, you know what, let me work towards reducing the desperation or helping with the climate, let me just build a fancy bunker. I'm just like, it's so backwards.
Yeah, it really is.
But it just hurts my heart for them, because to live so scared.
Yeah.
And maybe they think they know something I don't know, but it is like a fear mindset.
And
when they have so much power to do so much good, and maybe we can all wake up to all the good that we can do.
In the present tense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you do the work to show up and just continue to show up, it gets, it's like, it's easy. It's weird. It's like life on easy mode when you really, but the hard part is training yourself, because capitalism instills so much of that fear about like you not having enough in the future, that it has you act in all kinds of ways that are like out of alignment with like what our soul and our body really need. So when you instill the discipline into yourself to like really to show up and continue to show up, I cannot tell you how wild and magical life instantly becomes. And synchronicities are just one of many symptoms of how dope it is. And sparkles just go fucking flying everywhere like you wouldn't believe. And I don't know, I just feel like this summer in particular feels like we turned some sort of corner into a new dimension, into a new, we're occupying a new paradigm. And it's really cool. And I think other people are helping us do that and cheering us on.
Oh, well, that's
joining in.
That's another good name. Did we already do Architects of the New Paradigm
as
an episode? That's a good one too.
It's a good name for an episode. I mean, it's like it's describing what we're trying to do.
It's really fun, like as you prioritize this sort of stuff, how you can see other people who are doing it and who are and it's almost like we're cheering each other on.
Yeah.
Like our buddy Emmett, he is like a bright shining star of sparkles. Like literally last time we hung out, he like put sparkles on my face. And
oh wow, I totally forgot about that.
Like I don't really, not like usually into like sparkles.
Yeah. But now you are.
I'm more matte.
yeah, totally. You're murdered out, but in the new paradigm, you're sparkly.
As long as it's not glitter.
Yeah. That's a whole different story.
Sean will be cleaning for a year to infinity. Yeah, and I just seen what he's doing, where he's like really spreading the sparkles, and he and we're all realizing like, hey, this is something to make sure our friends are having like a high time.
Yeah.
You know, and to hold a high bar for how we can hang out and how we can relate and what a night and what a day can feel like.
Yeah.
And kind of like the party don't stop.
You do.
No, but I really do feel like the amount of times that you and I look at each other and we're like, well, that was the best time of our life.
Every day.
It's literally like every day we're like, no, that was the best time.
Oh, wow, now there's a new bar has just been set.
Yeah.
And it's weird if there's not, like, for me at least, it's a lot easier to see when there's folks like Emmett out there, like, reflecting back to us. He's like, hey, I'm doing what you guys do for my community. And I'm like, well, what is it that we do? And then, like, you see what they're doing, and it's like, oh, hell yeah, I could turn that up even in my life. So,
and he's giving us ideas, like him and his friends are all like making magic wands and, you know, just.
Yeah.
I mean, which you can get in the woods, you know?
Yeah, totally. And just like like what I call vibe smithing, just like really just tending to the vibe and just becoming aware of it, and being like, oh, well, I'll take it upon myself to kind of lead in this way or contribute in this way. It doesn't take much.
Yeah.
It just takes like committing to showing up and being in a good mood.
Yeah, well, and also having like sweet ideas. Like Lauren the other day was like, we should do 8/8 Lionsgate Portal activation as a community.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Oh my God.
That was so fantastic.
Yeah, Lauren, Loving Radiations,
Yeah.
on Instagram, buy her art. I had a vision of, last time we were hanging out with her, I was like, you're going to make a living as an artist. Like, man, and I'm so glad I'm here for your backstory. Yeah. But like, she's so good. She's so good at art and just being on this level of awareness. And, you know, like tending to the community in the best way that she can. And like stuff that like I'm saying, if there's not people out there kind of cheering it on, I can forget about it. It's not like, I just forget. It's just like, you know, like my awareness can dwindle. But then there's reminders, and like she hits me up the night before, like we're talking at like 11:30 at night, and she's like, yo, tomorrow we should do some sort of community like activation for the Lionsgate Portal. And we think the Lionsgate Portal is very potent.
We've had some potent times.
It's time for it's a good time for bold manifestations and introspection, and like it's Leo energy.
Leo's the sun, the self. It's like, you know.
Yeah. So you know,
it feels like okay to be a little selfish in your intentions, because it's like, okay, this is like we're the Leo's ruled by the sun, and the sun is the self, and it just feels like, okay, like who do I want to be? Who am I? What do I want to be? What do I want to call in?
Yeah. And in the present tense. I am. You know, not I want to be, I am. And so Lauren shouted out the reminder, and like this started for us. Like I wasn't even aware of the Lionsgate Portal. And like, look, portals are where you make them.
We're making one right now. We're brewing one up.
Yeah,
up here.
We are. We're really trying. So 5 years ago on the Lionsgate Portal, we drank some ayahuasca, and it just, you know, the DMT just makes you so present and grateful and visionary. I find like it really helps you see things in a whole different way. And if you're bold enough to speak those intentions, we saw it come true. I don't even remember what we did that day, but after, like when the ayahuasca was wearing off, like we went out and we sat under the stars, and we just started talking about what our life could be. And holy smokies, it really set something in motion. So we became very aware of its power, and I guess from talking about it on here, some other people become aware about stuff. And so she was just like, let's just hop on, like on our Discord. We have like we call it the back porch smoke sesh, just a place for like people to just kind of hang out on the video chat. And so at 11 in the morning on the Lionsgate Portal, we hopped on there, and just like with 20 minutes notice, we were like, hey, if anyone wants to do this, we're going to get on here, and I don't even know what we're going to do, but it feels like it could be powerful. And we hopped on there, and 8 people showed up. On 20 minutes notice, 8 people showed up in our video chat, and we all wrote down at least 8 intentions. You know, we all did it together, and we spoke them out loud, and we blessed each other. And the idea was like, hey, let's write down these intentions and do some sort of ceremony with them, either burn them or bury them. And we took ours and we buried it under the tree in the cemetery that we pray to every day. So potent activation.
Well, I think the portal's technically open till like 8:12, so
there's still time to do this.
Yeah. And the portal's always, you can open the portal again. You could be like, let me open that portal.
Start a new portal.
Who
gives a damn? Like, I'm just trying to tap into something that's already there. Like, starting a new portal takes like a lot of effort. So yeah, shout out to everyone in the Church of Chill community for like all the homies
We'll
that.
talk about contributing to the vibe. Like, even I've really learned from film club. I mean, some of our best film clubs are even when there's like 4 people in there, but
Yeah,
it's
totally.
But everyone just like
It's our weekly. That's a weekly practice we do. We pick a movie, everyone watches it on their own, and then we get together on Monday nights and talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I just realize like, oh, I'm just so I'm so I guess is so appreciative of like community and how everyone bringing their own magic. You know, that was a big thing we said during the Lionsgate Portal. I am magic. We all said that about ourselves. We're like, I am magic.
Yeah. I wrote it down. It's a powerful thing when you handwrite something, and like I'm saying, like in the present tense. Like I am a prolific filmmaker who is a sparkle factory. I am a magical dude. And it's just really calling on all those things that are like your highest self. Speaking of Jesus, you know, that's all Christ consciousness is. It's just like, that's you batting 1,000 in life. That is you like just killing it in every conceivable way. Your highest self, just vibrating on the highest frequencies.
Well, we work in magic, being like documentarians. Like, even when we're not making a movie called Wild Magic, it's very much almost like expecting magic to happen, like with these magic with these magic moments. You know, I mean, just look, we have all of our movies, they're just like these moments that happen where you meet the right person at the right time in the right place. It's just like, whoa, that was a magical moment.
Yeah,
they shared something magical with us. They were present.
Yeah.
It's almost like they were waiting for us to show up.
It's eerie.
Eerie.
It almost can be very eerie.
It really feels,
when you're working with this kind of energy at first.
And it also just feels like, oh, that's what like life is. Like, we're resonating with each other, and we just like have these moments where things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you, and if you show up for them, you know, it's never just a one-way street, you know.
Yeah.
I just feel that way when you're going through something not so fun or not so easy. It's like, what part of me is calling this in? Why do I need to move through this energy? What energy am I working out here?
Yeah. When we're out making the movies, it's like we've gone, like, talk about just like going all in. Like we're investing our time, our money, and our reputation on something spontaneous and magical happening before our cameras. Like there's most of filmmaking is scripted moments, is things that are very contrived, and they're built to kind of deceive you into feeling a certain way. It's a beautiful thing, but like what we do is like really, like, it's harder than that, but it's easier than that. It's like, no, it's unfolding out there. We just have to be at the right place at the right time, resonating.
Also able to see it, you know.
Exactly.
See it where maybe someone else doesn't see it. You know, you always say that a lot of our movies are the stuff that would hit the cutting room floor of someone else's movie.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like our movie is completely made up of moments that people would have completely ignored.
Well, that's kind of like with you making these music mixes. It's like maybe there's a song that you're like, I mean, you put together all like bangers. I'm not going to lie, but...
Well, they become bangers.
But it really is the context, you know?
Yeah.
How things become elevated. And that's, I think, what we're talking about with the Sparkle Factory is like, for no money, you can elevate your experience in life and make it more sparkly.
Yeah.
I mean, DMT helps, but no.
Well, we'll get into that for sure. I don't mind talking about that.
I'm joking. I mean, I am I just want to say that it's not necessary. I'm joking, but it doesn't hurt either.
Well, what we were saying the other day, on a long walk through the cemetery under the full moonlight, is like people can feel this off you, and it's best exemplified in our films, because it's like these people just they not only appeared before us, they opened up and like a beautiful rose just showed us them in full bloom. And it's such a generous and vulnerable thing to do. And it's like, why do they do that for us? It's because of the frequency we're on. And we hold that frequency, and they're like, oh, I'm right there with you. And here's my best moment. And here's the funniest thing I could possibly do or say right now. You know, that guy that's in Florida, man. That's like, look at this wall.
Stay straight, stay positive.
Oh, I mean, that guy in Wooks. Yeah, but like I think of that guy in Florida, man, and it's like
that's what I think of too.
He's like, look at this wall. Someone ought to clean this wall, and then he like throws a cigarette. Like he's complaining about how shitty everything is, and he throws a cigarette, and he's like, sorry for littering. Also, check out, I threw my bike down there, and the camera goes down. It's just like, you can't make this kind of shit up. I would never even think of writing something like that. And you know, like. He felt the twisted Joker in us, and it brought that out in him, and he met us on a level. And these are things like we could spend all day trying to explain, like, oh, we met a subject. Hey, here's why we're trustworthy. I know you don't know us, but here's why you should trust us. Here's why you should be cool. Here's why you should, just let it all hang out for us. We don't even have to do that. Like, they can feel it on you.
Well, it also...
And it's crazy. It's crazy.
I believe there's something in the people that they were like, they're literally ready for their moment. Like, they're like, oh, here's the film crew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was all leading up to this.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, yeah, they're here. Okay. I'm ready to do my thing. And without hesitation. Like, think about the thousands of subjects we filmed. Have any of them had any hesitation? It's crazy. We have more hesitation than them. Like it's crazy, and it's it's a beautiful way of seeing the world, and just like unlocking this realm where things are free and easy and harmonious, and just occupying that space. And that's what I mean by architects of the new paradigm, a paradigm where we're harmonious.
Well, I think, and I was saying this to you and Michelangelo the other night, and I feel like, I think you guys sometimes discount, because it comes so easily to both of you, partly, and I was like, part of the reason it comes so easily to you guys is because of your creativity. And I don't necessarily think people aren't creative. I just think people don't. You and Michelangelo have like tended to your creativity.
Yeah.
Have honored the fire and the spark brewing inside of you, and listened to it.
Yeah.
And listened to the ideas and followed the ideas.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it just feels like, there is a creative spark in all of us, and it's incumbent on us, if we want to be a sparkle factory, to listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, what would be a good idea right now?
Yeah.
You know?
And when
what can make this a little more magical?
And when things are dark, which they do get, tending to that little thing inside of you, you know? I equate like light with awareness. Like when it's like, let the light in, just let more awareness in. It doesn't have to be like this. You don't have to feel like this. You don't have to dwell in the darkness. You don't deserve that. There's always cracks in the dark where the light starts to come in and fill you with awareness and fill you with that creative spark that figures out a way out of it. I think that is like the essence of what being a creative person can do for your like inner world. Instead of giving it away, because culture is trying to seduce you into giving it away to external factors. But if you keep that light on inside and you're making your inner world more beautiful and vibrant, and there's creativity fills you with options that don't always lead you back to that same old fucking song that we're all so sick of. That's some old paradigm shit. We could let go of that one. We don't have to hear that one again, you know? And maybe that's, maybe Michelangelo walking around on that day, hearing that song in his head, and we hit him with it. Maybe that's the last time he's going to hear that song. Because now it's like there's something came along to engage his faith. And it was in the form of community and friendship and supporting artists and tapping into the angelic economics that have always been sitting there waiting for us. Like the angels are so ever present and eternal, they don't care about capitalism. They're not worried about that like system of slavery that we've all like indoctrinated ourselves into and signed up for and put our faith in. Like the angels, like it's like that's a new thing to them. Like they don't care. So if you ask them, like, hey, is there ways around this thing that's oppressing me and depressing me and making me like way smaller than I need to be? If you ask them, which is you're asking your higher self, you're asking your future version of yourself, and like someone says in the movie, you ask, believe, receive. It starts with that, like the creativity to be like, can I have something better? Can there be something better? And then you have to believe in yourself, and then you have to be able to receive it. And by be able to receive it, I mean have the vision, put on the prescription lens where you're like, oh, it was here all along. I just needed to see it differently.
Yeah.
You can't change the landscape, change the lens.
I have this oracle deck that I love.
Hello? Hello? We're still, oh, there we are. Wow. Okay.
I have this oracle deck that I love, and one of the things, I forget which card it is, but it was like, it's called Ask Your Guides. And one of the cards say, in the morning, ask your guides to like send you some blessings or surprises throughout the day. And then make sure at the end of the day, you count those blessings.
Yes.
You know?
Count your blessings.
Count your blessings. Because if you, that guy let me go in when I was in traffic and didn't give me a hard time. Okay, he was an angel. I'm very grateful, you know? And then if you train yourself to see these like little things that are such blessings, maybe there'll be bigger things.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally. You know, it's a small example. This client we have, like, they're in a building that is like secure. You can't enter this building without signing an NDA because there's so much like top secret stuff going on. Like, and we show up to this building and it's just like literally doors open, portals open, people just, okay, yeah, oh yeah, you're here. They don't know who we are. They really don't.
I didn't really think about it until our AD was like, how
did you get in here?
He's like, how'd you guys get in here? I'm like, we just
showed up.
Someone just opened the door for us.
And then another person opened another door for us, and another person did. And it's just like those are little angels.
He's like, no one's ever opened the door for me here. And I don't think he's trying. I think we have like this like almost belligerent confidence that allows us to just be like, hey, we're here. But like, hey, we're here.
The belligerent confidence, like it might start off as a fake it till you make it. But it's something that's available to everyone, like, and you can tap into it at any time. And it's like, if you don't have a lot of evidence in your life as to why you should be belligerently confident, just start being belligerently confident.
See how it goes.
See how it goes. You'll start to see, like there's a Seinfeld episode about this when George starts doing it. But like Michelangelo the other day was saying, pretending.
Tending to it.
Yeah.
Preemptively.
Yes, exactly. Don't even allow for the space where the doors are getting shut in your face and you're being denied and this and that. Don't even allow for that.
Well, I think there's also something.
Don't believe in that.
And this has to do with how you were raised or who your parents are. And so some people have like a harder trek up to like being like, I'm supposed to be here because maybe they had a family member who was like put them down, you know?
Yeah, I did.
So it's not. I'm not saying there's like an even playing field, but we can all come to this moment and be like, okay, the goal is to like be like, I deserve to be here. I can be here. I am here. I am here.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, like I came up in a situation where like I think people believed in me, I guess, but it was like never verbally expressed. Like, you know, no one was tending to that thing for young Sean. It was like I was really I don't know, for better or worse, I was like kind of ignored, you know, like there was a lot of other things my family needed to tend to than my confidence and like, you know, like figuring out how to navigate the world. It was just like, you'll figure it out. But on the other end of the spectrum, like you kind of got that. You know, you got people like charging you up and saying the thing and like believing in you and pushing you in the right way.
And like
and you came out into the adult world like, all I want to do is just eat Parmesan cheese and not go out into the world. And then like we came together and it was like, you know, like I was like, hey, I'll pick up where your mom left off and like we can do this.
And she was so thoughtful. I remember like, not that I was like, oh, don't tell me I'm beautiful or whatever. I never felt that way. But I just, my mom's like so smart that she was also like, when I compliment Cass, it's going to be about like what she did, how she is, you know, something like less superficial, which is just interesting.
Totally. And she could have sat there and focused on superficial things. She loves your beauty as much as everyone else. Like she sees it.
She's like, be young.
Yeah.
You should have long hair while you're young. You should show your body, Cass.
Yeah.
You should show your body.
You should have sex.
You should have sex. It's time to explore your body.
Yeah, totally.
She's
totally.
the best.
Yeah. But she really tended to something in you. But like, do you see how the adult world can crush that so much?
Well, seeing my mom retire, she is like totally embodies the sparkle factory to me.
Yes.
In the sense of like, it really is at any age. And you know, we've had conversations with people who are like, what would you do if you were to like get plastic surgery or whatever? And it just like, it's like, whoa.
It's like, that's what you're going around thinking about?
Well, it also is like, it makes you think like, oh, okay, aging is a thing that's kind of scary. And it does change how you look. But when you think about the people that you find really beautiful in this life, you're like, it's really an inner light. There's like a light behind the eyes that we have to tend to and take care of, and that's where your beauty shines from. You know, and if you believe in that light and also want to be in relationship with people who appreciate the true inner light, you don't really have to worry about aging the same way, I feel like, because you're like, beauty is like an inside job. Yeah,
totally. And it really is up to you and your community. So you got to be careful about who you surround yourself with, because if they're constantly posing questions like that to you, or making you aware of just this superficial bullshit, like that's terrible.
We can all raise
serves
each
to
other
extinguish
up.
the light. Yeah, we can raise each other up. So like I've been telling a lot of people lately, it's like, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Who are the people you choose to hang out with? You know, and if you're setting a high bar for yourself and you're practicing discernment about the vibes you surround yourself with, you're going to be just fine, and that light's going to shine through. And there's plenty of examples out there of people like, I don't know, like myself, you know, there's so many things that have happened along the path that should have crushed my spirit. But I'm like, no, I ain't buying into it. Like, you know, there's a version of me that could really beat the shit out of myself about like not taking my gifts further. You know, not having a mountain of cash that we're kind of like, you know, constantly sitting
Where's
on.
the mountain of cash, Sean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, but look, I've had partners like that.
Well, sometimes I beat myself up. I'm like, if I was a more mountain of cash focused person,
we'd have a lot more money.
Maybe we'd have more of a mountain of cash.
Yeah, but that's not where your desires are. And it's funny, like, because it can change the people in your orbit's way of seeing life. Like we always say, like, man, the boomers really don't care if you got a fucking vibe tribe or whatever. They just want to know, are you making money? Like, you know, they can't even hear something besides like about the money.
Yeah, every once in a while I have to like say to my mom, like, you know, I've never asked you for money, and you've never given me money. Like, this is not the relation. Like, you might be worried about me, but like, just remember, you don't give me money.
The same thing with my parents.
I do, given that I have parents and that they can't, like, I do have this like, I don't take for granted that I have a safety net.
Yeah.
You know, and that changes your conscious, that like it can shift things for you and make you, for sure. I don't take that for granted at all.
Yeah, but we've changed their values by being like, hey, the reason we might not be sitting on a mountain of cash is because of the investments we've made are different than that. in our life.
What we want.
And then they're like, oh, I see what you're doing.
Like, we're like, look, we're really successful because we have really good friends.
Yeah.
And that's how we measure our success.
Yeah, and it can feel so intangible. Like I'll tell my dad, like, Dad, don't worry about me. I have so many friends, like, across this country, across the world.
He's like, what?
He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, I'm rich beyond your wildest dreams. Like, you wouldn't, like, look, we might not have a lot of money, but I'm so rich, and it's because I feel held, like, by all these friendships.
Well, and it also feels like holding a beam of light, or the keys to a sparkle factory. It's contagious.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like you can really serve the people in your life. And I see it and I feel it, where I'm like, oh my God, all the people around me are just getting brighter.
Yeah.
And happier, and
because you are.
Yeah, I guess.
You're seeing it in them, and they're rising to that.
More in love, like having people be like, I'm more in love with my partner.
Yeah.
Like, beautiful stuff reflected back. And, like, maybe it's because we're, like, able to be like, look, there are better drugs than alcohol.
Yeah, totally.
But to see that that's where it's leading people, and it feels so worthwhile doing what we do, which is unquantifiable. I'm not sure what we do, but, when you see the people around you, be like, look, I have you to thank for loving my partner more. I'm like, hell fucking yeah.
Well, it's also part of,
what more could I ask for?
It's also part of, like, they know that's what we want to hear.
Yeah, probably.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah.
They're not coming to us with, like, did you see what our fuckhead president did? Like we're not the people to come to with that. So, like, we're occupying this whole other space, and they're like, oh, here's a thing I could offer you guys. That night that we had, that might have just been another night in your life. I'm more in love with my wife than ever because of the vibes you guys facilitated that night. And I'm like, cool. That does help me. That
it makes it feel worthwhile.
It makes it feel worthwhile. I want to do more of those things. It makes me aware of what we even do.
A little wind in our sails.
Definitely put some wind in our sails, which we need.
I think from an outside perspective, you could see our life and find it like, you could reduce it to hedonistic, potentially.
That's fine.
It's fine. You can do that. But the reason it feels so good to be us is because we get to be of service in these really unique and unexpected ways to our friends, to our family, to our community.
Yeah. And we don't belittle it with trying to, like, and it also comes along with a grift. Like, no, we don't, you know what I mean? Like, we really respect it so much that we're like, yeah, this isn't really something that can or should be, like, monetized or thought about in that way. That's, like, a really positive symptom of when it's going well. Just doors unlock, literally.
Well, lucky for everyone else, we're not organized enough to be a cult.
No, well,
sounds like a lot of work and organization.
We're not driven by that because like, what I really hate in any kind of, I don't like power dynamics coming into my friendships.
Yeah.
So, like, the Church of Chill is, like, to me, in a lot of ways, like, about making more friends.
And being your own shaman.
Being your own shaman.
And empowering each other to realize, like, no
like,
one can
I'm
tell
not
you
some
what's
high
going.
priest, you are.
Yeah.
And like, kind of, like, imparting that on each other. And, I guess, like, when it really comes down to it, Church of Chill is making sacred the reclaiming of your nervous system from a culture that really has gotten its hooks in your nervous system and wants you on edge because you're more easy to deal with.
And you're more, you need to buy things to make you happy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And so that's why, like, everything that we're doing in this new paradigm really is, like, kind of quietly a threat to the old guard, because it just renders it obsolete. It's like, okay, yeah, we're here, we're present, we have everything we need, we're in abundance. the old paradigm wants to reduce you to a worker, you know, like that's what it wants to reduce you to, like so everyone's concerned, like AI is coming to take our jobs, it's going to take our livelihood, people aren't going to have purpose. Like, people aren't going to have purpose if they're not a worker. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know what's beyond that? Beyond thinking of yourself in just such a small way as like a product of your labor? Do you know what's beyond that? It's harmonizing in a way that puts you at one with everything. And it's really sweet. And, you know, we've been able to kind of touch those realms and occupy them, maybe in a drug-induced experience, occupy it ever so briefly, but be like, whoa, there's something there. Like, remember the first time we took mushrooms? What did we immediately do? Learned meditation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're like, there's something there.
We want to be in that space more often.
I want to be in that space more often, and mushrooms terrify me. You know, they really put me through it. So how do I occupy that more? It's like, that was the beginnings of what the Church of Chill is now become. It's my religion. Mm-hmm. It's reclaiming my nervous system from a thing that is just like voraciously trying to chew you up and swallow you and turn you into a product and turn you into a consumer. And, you know, when you start to disempower that thing and shine light and allow light and awareness to come to you about this other thing, you'll see it was kind of just like waiting for us there all along. And it's a return to form. And when you get control of your nervous system again, and you're not casting a wide net out into the future and dragging back what anxieties you can, it's really sweet. That's all I could say. It's like, it's really sweet.
Yeah, it's funny. I can really think of the way my brain worked, like pre and post psychedelics, or even in the transition to like really integrating the psychedelic teachings from experience. But there's very much, you could even probably go back to like earlier podcasts and we'd be talking, and instead of me being able to flow with you, I'd be thinking about like what I want to say. I got to hold on to it. I need to make sure I don't lose it. And then when I lose it, I'm thinking, wait, what was that thing I was going to say?
What a nightmare. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Oh my God, I know that feeling.
And maybe it's because we used to smoke more weed on the podcast or something. I don't know.
Like, what was I talking about again? No, I had a good thing. Like that might still happen, but it's not like.
Well, now when it happens, now when I like lose my train of thought, I used to be so concerned with like my brain.
Yeah.
And like, is it working right? Am I smart enough? And I just am like, I kind of gave it up. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I've done too many drugs. I don't know. But I know what feels good, and it feels good to be in the moment, and it feels good to just like, oh, I can't remember that thing. That's okay. It must not have been that important.
Yeah.
You know, like
right.
Releasing a clinging. And it is very selfish because clinging doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
It's like you learn these things. You feel like acid, my deepest acid trips, my farthest out, I clinged onto the reality that I thought was a great one. And then when I felt myself falling from it, it was like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
And with that came so much fear and like, no, not my great life.
Talk about a come down.
It's going away. And that like happening on an acid trip, like just feeling like, oh, I'm going to the darkness. No. And then just being like, and I take this into like my micro moments. You know, that's kind of the beauty of these psychedelics, is that you can have these like extreme moments that can kind of give you like a tangible, for lack of a better word, example of what clinging actually feels like, because it's so amplified.
Totally. Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, clinging doesn't feel good. In these like little moments where clinging might not feel that bad, it's like a little moment. It's like I can handle a little clinging.
Yeah.
You've like kind of like taught your body and nervous system like, no. That's not a good feeling. It might feel like okay, but same with anxiety. You know, you're like, oh, maybe I can handle a little anxiety. And then you experience real, true, bad anxiety. You're like, oh, I'm going to deprioritize anxiety.
Yeah.
Because I know at the root of it is like this like horrible feeling that takes you out of the moment and has you lost. And I'm not saying I've conquered this. I'm just saying I find myself, and maybe with the help of meditation especially, being able to like roll with it. Well,
and it's also like the thing about anxiety is it's like everything else we're talking about. We're talking about everything in the positive realm, but in the negative realm, anxiety is contagious. So it's inappropriate.
Yeah, it's yeah.
It is.
Well,
It's completely inappropriate.
Totally, and I've learned that lesson way too many times.
There's a time and a place for it. But is there?
Well, I will say, as much as I think it's someone's job to not be contagious with their fear, I think it's also the person's job who's receiving that fear to not go 10 times further. So I feel like as much as it's my job to not bring fear narratives to you, it's as equally your job that when I do bring a fear narrative to you to
and I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying to get better at that because sometimes you'll come to me with a morsel of fear and I'll be like, oh, because I'm so zoomed out. I'm such I'm just like really on a wide lens. So you bring me this little morsel and I'm like, oh, you want to know how that applies to everything ever?
Or you're like, oh, well, now my fear is that you're a scared person. I'm with a scared person, and this is like my whole life is going to keep us small because you're a scared person. I'm like, I just had a morsel of fear, Sean.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's engaging, just like a whole different system in me that's kind of like lying dormant, but it is there. It's your death force. Like you have your life force. It's like everything that we're talking about. That's where the sparkle factory comes from. But like the death force in you, really, like it can grab you by surprise and take you down the darkest paths. And luckily, like we have each other to kind of like constantly be and workshopping this stuff and saying like, oh wow, that really got out of control. Like you came to me with the tiniest little morsel of fear and I turned it into this giant thing, and this giant thing actually turned into us fighting, and it's not worth it, you know.
Yeah, because I don't want to be scared.
Yeah.
So if I come to you with fear, I'm not asking you, can we go deeper into it together? But look, I'm not saying it's on you. I'm just saying as much as it's on me, it's on you. It's on each other, because morsels of fear do come up. It is part of life. There are, and the treasure trove of this experience are morsels of fear, big and small.
Yeah. But they're very rarely like plucked from the present moment. In the present moment, it's like all the solutions are there. All the abundance is there. Everything you need is there. The fear seems to come from hopping out of the timeline where you're here and you're magical, and hopping into another place and being like,
well, there's
hey,
not
I
enough
got
in the
something.
future.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah. It's a crazy one. But you know how we really to cap off our Lionsgate Portal manifestation, intention setting, belligerent confidence ceremony is it happened to be a full moon. So I all of a sudden, like you were like, damn dude, you were like, I was on one.
Can we pause this and I use the ladies' room and then
we'll be right back. We're back. We're gonna save the story we were about to tell for the afterglow. Yep. Which is, we do part 2 to all these episodes is on patreon.com/churchofchill. So if you're not a part of our Patreon, get down with it. It really helps increase our faith in ourselves when people show up. And it's like, oh, hell yeah, you wanted to hear a little more? We got you. So we're going to hop on there and be a little bit more revealing. We can talk about some stuff we've been up to in greater detail. We don't have to hide anything there. But yeah, this has been really awesome.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, always for fun. Yeah, please check out our movie and consider supporting us or an artist that you love in some way, shape, or form. I'm telling you, it's the best karma because you're investing in beautifying this world and healing this world. And we just lived through the great humbling. The great healing is upon us, and the great harmonizing is to come. And this is a way to heal and harmonize, is by supporting artists. And we need support to keep doing our thing. And unfortunately, what we do is kind of expensive, going around making films and compensating the craftspeople that help us. So please consider supporting us in some way. We're on Venmo if you want to send us a larger offering. But other than that, it's not funny. People do it. From time to time, we kind of call on that because it gets immediately reinvested in other artists. So if you have anything to spare, throw it towards the Church of Chill. Yeah, we're here for you. Patreon.com/Church of Chill. Thank you so much. Peace, love, and magic.